You're about to watch a clip from the Videomaker podcast. If you want to see the whole episode, click the link in the description. So, people who have, been following you for a while, know of, they've seen you hundreds of times, thousands of times, I guess. I don't know how many total vlogs there were in New York, but hundreds at least, right? You had this whole setup where, it was like any other TV show where you have a whole cast of characters, right? You had Casey, the main character, you had Marlon, the delivery guy, and Sam, the neighbor, and Candace, the wife, and the city itself was like a character in a sense. It had its own personality. Now you're in LA. LA has its own personalities as well, but one kind of character that's missing is the studio. There's not like an LA equivalent of the New York studio. So if you consider the videos that you've made in LA, how has that changed your overall like production workflow? Not having that same kind of dedicated studio space, or do you have a studio space that the world just doesn't see?
No. It's less about the physical space. If anything, the space is easy to access out here. It's more sort of what the city provided from like a stimulation or interest sort of creative place. Like when I was a little kid, I lived 3 hours outside of the city, and my parents would take us there. I don't know, maybe once or twice a year. I remember visiting New York City. And that was in the 80s, and it was like this big, mysterious, kind of impossible city. But that was also when movies like When Harry Met Sally and like Big were made, and they captured the city in such a way that like it became this incredible place that I was fascinated by. And I moved there as soon as I could. I was 19 when I moved to New York City. Everything about that city fascinated me. So every day when I would wake up with a camera in my hand, when I was doing my daily show on YouTube, all I have to do is step outside and a story would just hit me in the face. And that's what sort of the vlog was. It was, like 800 episodes about this city. And, it was how I saw things, but I could make an episode just as easily about something small and kind of meaningless, or something much bigger, like I think of Snowboarding Through New York City, where the central character was Manhattan. I use Frank Sinatra's New York, New York, and I'm coming around like the Fifth Avenue through Times Square with an American flag. It was a celebration of that city. And then I make videos where the whole video is just dedicated to me complaining about how the flow of bicycles come off of the Williamsburg Bridge and how it's dangerous and how the city needs to change it. And I got a ticket for going the way that is illegal, but how it should be because it's safer. And then the city changed it, which is like, I don't know if it was because of me, but I'm taking credit for it. And that's like that. But those are really two different examples that sort of cover the spectrum of what that city provided somebody like me.